looks like Shuri's the next Black Panther, which is dumb.
What the hell did he just say? What's up, you guys? My name is Alex Hampton. If this is your very first time ever watching any of my videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Then hit that bell right next to it. That way you get all the notifications every time I'm releasing a video here on my YouTube channel. Guys, it is so good to be back in the saddle. And why not do a John Campia response video to his comment about Shuri being Black Panther? Man, I cannot wait to dive into this. But before we get into this amazing response that I'm about to give John Campia, let me just give out a disclaimer, okay? I am a fan of John Campia. I watch his content essentially almost every day, from the John Campia show to some of his after shows and even the Weekly Hero and open mic. So I am a fan of John Campia. I will never get on my platform and disrespect him or any content creator, because that's not why I'm here to do this video. I am not here to disrespect him or call him out his name or say what he is saying is dumb or whatever. No, I am here to give a articulate perspective on his comments and why I think he should potentially just consider some of the things that he has said on his position why Shuri should not be Black Panther. Now, before I jump into his comments, I would like to point out the video that you saw of him talking was a video that he did in July 26, 2022, where earlier in that year we got a Lego leak set of Shuri essentially wearing the Black Panther outfit without her helmet on. So it was revealed to us earlier this year that it looked like Shuri was going to be our next Black Panther, although things were not confirmed yet. I mean, toys and Lego sets can be misleading. However, we kind of got a glimpse in the understanding that Shuri was going to be our Black Panther. Now, John Campia breaks down why Shuri shouldn't be our Black Panther. Now, I'm going to fast forward this clip and we're going to look at what he said in July 26, and then we're going to fast forward to a clip that he basically reiterated some of his points this past week. So let's go ahead and jump to that clip.
You got Nakia and Okoye and M'Baku and all these characters that are warriors and all this kind of stuff, or the least combat trained book nerd out of the entire bunch. I am not going to lie to you. In as much excitement as that trailer generated for me, this almost killed all of it for me personally. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to see the movie, and I'm absolutely going to see the movie. And if they come up with a great narrative, first of all, we don't know 100% for sure that it is Shuri. These images that have come out seem to suggest that it's Shuri. And I'm going to go see the movie anyway, and maybe I'll go, wow, just like we were just talking about Prey, right? I'm like, why are they making this movie? And I went to go see it, and I went, that's why you made this movie. I may go into Black Panther and go, man, it was a stupid decision to make Shuri Black Panther. And hopefully I'll come out and go, the way they did it, the way they executed it, totally worked. Just like what happened with me with Prey, right? But it looks like it's going to be Shuri. To me, it's the dumbest decision they could make. But again, I'm saying that as somebody that has not read the script. I haven't read the script. So I'm saying this is a dumb decision without actually knowing the movie. But I'm just giving you my reaction, my thoughts. So my reaction and thoughts is they picked the one character that I didn't think they should choose. Out of all the characters they could have picked, they picked the one character I don't think they should have picked. But hey, they know the movie. I don't yet. And maybe I'll totally change my mind once I see the film. Totally open to that. But I'd be lying to you if I didn't tell you that a lot of the wind has been taken out of my sails for my excitement of this film right now.
Now, this clip is actually very important. So let's actually take a look at what Jonathan, his producer, says about John's take about Shuri being Black Panther. Let's watch.
Well, I would submit Tony Stark was not a fighter either and had no formal training. And just like Black Panther, he had a suit, and we don't know if she's going to get any special powers from the flowers or whatever. And Pepper Potts had no formal training either as a fighter. So there is precedent.
I know, but it's lame precedent. I mean, what I'd say about Tony Stark, though, Tony Stark basically, he just pointed remember, he's a weapons designer.
Okay, now if you guys want to see the rest of that clip, go to his channel, look it up. I'm sure you can find it. Now we're going to actually skip ahead and look at what he said recently about Black Panther, or Shuri being Black Panther. Let's go to that clip.
Why I hate the idea narratively of them making her Black Panther. She can't fight. She has no training. And you have 3 other characters there who makes much more logical sense of being the next Black Panther. Number 1 is M'Baku. M'Baku was already a main leader in Wakanda. He was the number 1 ally to King T'Challa. He came this close to defeating T'Challa. He almost became Black Panther and King of Wakanda in a totally legit way. That close he came. So he makes a much better... and he would beat the living crap out of Shuri. Also, if you don't want to go M'Baku, his queen, T'Challa's queen, Nakia. She is experienced with world affairs. She is an amazing warrior. She was the Queen Mother's choice to take the last flower and become the new Black Panther in the first movie. She kicks ass. She understands she knows espionage. She can do it all. If you're going to have somebody be the new Black Panther, if not M'Baku, it should be Nakia. Or if the Black Panther is supposed to be the big protector of Wakanda, I know she's the head of the Dora Milaje, but how do you not then look at Okoye? Okoye as the protector of Wakanda? I mean, of course, so you're looking at 3 different characters, all who would beat the living shit out of Shuri without breaking a sweat, in Nakia, M'Baku, and Okoye. So I just think you have 3, and one of the things I love about Shuri is she is a lab rat. You've got a character, this is one of the things I love about Tony Stark characters too, you got a character that celebrates just being smart.
Okay, I'm about to break all that down and just basically give my perspective on why I respectfully disagree with John Campia's take. Now, I want to point out he has some reasonable points. When we saw Shuri for the first time in 2018 in Black Panther, Shuri was the lab rat. She ran everything in Wakanda, from everything from the infrastructure to the technology to the building the suits to the AIs, everything you can think of that happened in Wakanda, Shuri took care of. She was also the originator of building the suit that Chadwick Boseman obviously donned in that film. So obviously she knows what she's doing in terms of building and creating things in Wakanda. John Campia is right. When it came down to her being in battle, she had those blasters and she was handling herself. But when it came down to hand-to-hand combat, she was kind of struggling in that movie. Also want to address something else that he said. He also said that this would be a terrible pick because they have other characters that they could use, from M'Baku to Okoye to Nakia. I mean, he's not wrong. Nakia can fight. Okoye, fierce leader of the Dora Milaje. M'Baku, who's the leader of the Jabari tribe, who wanted to be Black Panther. I agree with those picks. I remember saying that, I wouldn't mind seeing Shuri as Black Panther, but it doesn't seem like right now, at that particular time when I said it, Shuri could be ready to be Black Panther because, her brother, who was still alive at the time, is Black Panther. I don't think he'd be ready to pass down that mantle just yet. Now that I addressed the points or reiterate the points that he said, which I do tend to agree with, I want to put this in perspective. So we haven't seen Shuri since 2019, which was Avengers Endgame, which I would like to point out, she was a part of the final battle in Avengers Endgame. I would say that from between the years of 2019 up until 2022, we don't know the type of training that Shuri had to go through. And also, I understand that they're making Chadwick Boseman's death a real thing in this universe where T'Challa is now dead, and obviously somebody is going to take on the mantle of Black Panther. Who's to say during that time and during his death, Shuri could have been training? I mean, she is Wakandan. Everybody from Wakanda can fight. They are trained to fight just in case Wakanda has to go into battle. I mean, they've been trained since they were kids. So yes, I understand that you know, Shuri is a lab rat. She's super smart, right? But I find it hard to believe that if she is going to be taking on this mantle, that she wouldn't know how to take care of herself. I agree with John Campia. If you put Shuri against someone like M'Baku or Okoye or Nakia, I don't really see her winning that fight. If Shuri is our next Black Panther, she has the heart-shaped herb. I believe between the years of 2019 to 2022, she has been training and getting herself physically fit and spiritually fit to take on this role as the Black Panther now that her brother is gone. And let's be clear, she's the original designer of the suit. So who's to say that she hasn't modified that suit to analyze fight patterns and heighten her own fight patterns to take on any enemy that comes her way? So she has a lot of factors going with her than against her to a certain extent. Also, let's keep this in mind. You brought your producer Jonathan talked about Tony Stark being in the suit and Pepper Potts being the suit. Now, the first time we see Pepper Potts in an Iron Man suit was in Iron Man 3. And obviously, that's her being controlled by the AI of the suit. Same thing with Tony. Tony was, you know, being controlled essentially by the AI of the suit, which was Jarvis, and then later on Friday. If you watch Captain America Civil War, where Captain America is beating the hell out of Tony, Tony literally says to Friday, analyze his fight pattern.
Analyze his fight pattern.
Scanning. Countermeasures ready.
She analyzes the fight pattern, and then she executes a fighting simulation to fight against Captain America because Tony can't do it himself. I think there is some precedent of Shuri being Black Panther, because if it's okay for Tony to be in a suit and his suit basically gives him heightened abilities, why can't it be okay for Shuri? Or let's just say she does not know how to fight, right? Let's just say she has no martial arts training whatsoever. She's a tech guru, a tech nerd, if you will. She can just make the suit in the way that can make her an expert fighter. So why would it be so different for her if it wasn't so different for Tony Stark or Pepper Potts? Like, remember we saw Pepper Potts in that blue Iron Man suit in Avengers Endgame, and she was kicking ass. Remember that? Yeah, but no one had a problem with that. No one had a problem with that. But now we have a problem with Shuri donning the mantle of Black Panther, which is accurate to the source material of Black Panther. I understand where John Campia is coming from. That's why I started off in this video saying this is not an attack John Campia video. But I would just like to provide another perspective because, like I said, since 2019, we haven't seen what Shuri's been up to. So who's to say she didn't become a badass between Avengers Endgame up until Wakanda Forever? Because again, we have not seen or heard about her whereabouts in the MCU. That's just a fact. Also, another fact. Again, Shuri, to your point, lab rat. She knows how to heighten the abilities of that suit. So me personally, if she modified that suit in the way to make her an expert martial artist, I don't have a problem with that because Tony Stark did it. Pepper Potts had it. Like, there were other people who had abilities to help them. And also, she's taking the heart-shaped herb. The heart-shaped herb heightens your senses and makes you a superhuman in a sense. Remember when T'Challa took the heart-shaped herb, it heightened his abilities of how he jumped, how strong he was. It heightened his senses. It gave him Panther-like senses. So that same herb could be given and passed down to Shuri as well. I agree with John that Nakia, Okoye, and even M'Baku were the better picks. However, I think since they're sticking to some form of the source material, I think Shuri would be a good pick as well. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I'm just full of shit? Do you think my perspective is just off? Do you agree with John? Do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel right here on Momentum Media. Got a lot of great things coming out, working on some stuff, going to be announcing some stuff and some sponsors as well. You don't want to miss what we're doing here at Momentum Media. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. As always, you guys have a blessed day.